The post went live at 8:47 p.m. I know because my phone lit up in the dark. The photo showed her leaning on her boss's shoulder, the two of them smiling under warm office light. His hand was on her waist. Her caption read, "My real partner, #workhusband, #team goals." My thumb hovered over the screen for a long time. The laughter froze behind my eyes. No anger yet, just a clean, mechanical silence. Then, without thinking, I typed the comment, "Congratulations, the divorce papers are on the kitchen table." It took 7 seconds for her to delete the post, but not before 243 people saw it. By 8:50, the first call came through. By 9:02, there were 40, all from her, Emily. I didn't answer. That night, I sat at the dining table where we'd once argued about groceries, vacations, and bills disguised as dreams. The same table where I'd written irreconcilable differences with a pen she'd bought me last Christmas. I stared at the divorce papers, already signed. I'd had them ready for 3 weeks, because I'd seen it coming. The late-night team meetings, the new perfume she didn't wear at home, the distant eyes when she said, "You've been quiet lately." Quiet? Yes, because noise gives people warning. At first, I tried to believe it was harmless, that she needed a confidant at work, someone to talk to about deadlines, not dreams. But I saw how she smiled differently when she texted him, how her tone softened when she said his name. Michael, her boss, twice divorced, mid-40s. He once shook my hand at her company party. His grip was firm, confident, the kind of handshake that hides conquest. And I remembered he'd said something odd that night, something too casual. "Emily's been my right hand lately. Couldn't do half this without her." He said it while looking at me, not her. I didn't react. I just filed it away, like evidence. I started small, checked her work calendar through the shared email account, screenshotted messages that appeared at 1:13 a.m. Can't sleep, thinking about tomorrow's pitch. He'd reply minutes later, "Me too, you're my secret weapon." Always professional enough to pass inspection, never innocent enough to feel right. One evening, she forgot her phone on the counter while showering. I didn't scroll, I simply watched the screen. A message flashed across. "Miss you already, heart." It wasn't from me. I didn't take a screenshot, didn't confront her. Instead, I placed the phone exactly where she'd left it and finished washing the dishes. Sometimes silence is the sharpest confession. 2 days later, I requested time off work. Told her I needed to visit my brother. She barely looked up. "You'll be back by Monday?" "Maybe." That weekend, I followed her. Not in the shadows, just close enough to observe. She left home at 6:30 a.m. for a work retreat. Same hotel chain where we'd spent our honeymoon. Her car was easy to spot in the parking lot. So was his. I didn't approach, didn't take photos. I simply stood in the lobby for a while, watching the elevator numbers rise to 9. Then back down 2 hours later. When she returned home Sunday night, her hair smelled of someone else's cologne. The post, the picture, wasn't a mistake. It was arrogance, a slip of the mask after weeks of pretending. And arrogance deserves precision. I waited until the next morning to set the final piece. At 7 a.m., I sent an email to her company's HR department. Attached, screenshots, timestamps, location pings. Nothing explicit, just enough to imply impropriety. Subject line, professional boundary concern, employee, Emily Saunders. Then I left the papers on the kitchen table, next to her favorite mug. A small note beneath my signature. "You chose your real partner. So did I." She came home early that afternoon, eyes red, voice trembling. "You ruined me," she whispered. "No," I said, "you did that when you stopped pretending to love me." She shook her head, pacing. "It wasn't, Michael and I, it wasn't serious." I almost smiled. "Then why did you delete the post?" Her jaw tightened. "I didn't want people to get the wrong idea." They didn't, I said. They got the truth. Her hand shook as she pulled out her phone. I'll fix it. I'll talk to HR, to Michael. Don't bother, I said. He already did. Her eyes flickered. What? He called me this morning. I watched the confusion widen into dread. He said he's resigning. Apparently, HR didn't take it well. She sank into the chair. Her breath fractured. You destroyed his career. No, I said again, calm as a clock. I just showed them the evidence. They decided what to believe. She cried then, the sound small, almost human. But tears can't rebuild what arrogance burned. She reached for me once, some reflex of guilt or desperation, but I stepped back. This isn't about revenge, I said quietly. It's about honesty, something you stopped offering long ago. She looked up at me, eyes hollow. What do you want from me? Nothing, I said. That's the point. I left that evening without slamming a door, without raising my voice. The silence between us was enough to bury 10 years. As I drove away, my phone buzzed. 40 missed calls. All from Emily. None from Michael. I deleted them both. Now, nights feel quieter, cleaner. I sleep with my phone off and the windows open. The air smells sharper somehow, like metal before rain. Sometimes, I still think about that photo, the smug smile, the hand on her waist. I used to think betrayal was loud, explosive. It's not. It's a whisper in a caption, a moment of pride caught in pixels, the kind that tells the world who someone really is, right before it all disappears. And as for me, I didn't lose her. She just revealed herself. The rest was execution.